Hey, I'm Dwight Slamp with Glitch Bar here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Glitch Bar is, owned by myself and my wife, and we have an operating partner. We are a family-owned business, essentially. The identity here is retro 80s, retro 90s. A big part of that is the games, and we don't specialize in console games and modern games. Mostly it's classic games, stuff like Pac-Man and Donkey Kong. And then in the 90s, the fighters like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat and Tekken and all that good stuff. That kind of fuels our identity. I'm 43, and these games are definitely, there was the golden era of arcade games with Pac-Man and that kind of stuff, and I grew up as a teenager with going down to the billiard hall and playing Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. Yeah, that's the stuff of my youth, man. I loved when I remember Aliens, the second movie coming out in the late 80s, Predator coming out with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I remember, all the Back to the Future stuff. I mean, all those things are just cool retro stuff that brings it back. And if you look around at a lot of our decorations, we have a lot of horror stuff. I'm into sci-fi and horror. And so to me, Glitch is not just an arcade bar. Glitch is that time period. We're not completely video game themed. Like a lot of video game places are completely video game themed, but if you go around and look at what we've done, it's more time period based. It's a period theme. It's just an outlet. Glitch Bar has been an outlet for me to channel my youth, essentially. I mean, I collect toys, I collect art, I collect video games, all the fun stuff. All the stuff here would be stuff that I had in my room when I was a kid, I would say Glitch Bar is in the middle ground. Glitch Bar is a hybrid between a craft beer bar and a normal bar. We carry big box beers like Corona and stuff like that, but then we try to have craft IPAs. We always have Civil Society Fresh. I try to keep a nice assortment of sours and a nice assortment of hazy IPAs and stuff like that. So we always have 24 drafts, probably have around 100 beers in package. We have quite an assortment. It's just finding that balance between unique and what people want to purchase. We typically have about 50 video games on free play in the arcade at any time. We usually run a few skee ball machines. We have a few consoles with some modern stuff, some Nintendo Switches with Mario Kart and stuff like that. But as far as retro arcade games, we usually run, 45 to 50 machines at a time. So basically on all of our arcade games, skee ball, consoles, it's all free play. So when you come in, you have two options. You can buy an adult beverage and get a complimentary wristband, which allows you in the arcade to play free play games, or you can purchase a wristband. So we have both options. And when you go in the arcade, basically you just walk up to a game and you start playing. Some of them have a credit button, some of them you just press the start button. Essentially, you're able to walk up to games and play it. You can even meet people, you just walk up and play somebody in Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter or whatever. We also have some modern stuff like Killer Queen and some modern indie arcade games too. I think it's a pretty unique experience. It's a little different than most of the other arcades around. You have some arcades on a coin-based, you have some on a Dorley entry fee, but we try to cater to, if you buy a drink, that there is no fee. I could say though, that's one of the big appeals about this place, but it's also a challenge for us. Because obviously we have to maintain these games, we have to warehouse games. It's a challenge for us. It makes it somewhat of a passion project. So essentially we have all the games in here, we have another off-site warehouse full of games, and we're constantly moving games, fixing games, repairing games. It's a challenge, but it's a passion project. We love it, and we want to share this experience with everybody. We opened in Hammersmith for a brief time. We were only open for 4 months in 2016. We actually opened over here in 2017. So some things fell through over there. We had to leave the venue we were at because we didn't have a real lease. It was a big learning experience for me. We came over here and we started from scratch, and it took about a year to build this place out. It felt like forever because at the time, it was very frustrating, but we eventually got to it, and we got it open and never looked back. And we actually love this spot a lot better because it was a destination. At that time, people were like, you're crazy for going over there to Flagler. And now it's the place people want to be. I would say it's symbiotic, with the other businesses around here. We're friends with Laser Wolf, the guys at Invasive, the Hub. There's different places around here that bring different styles. And that's what's cool about it, and it's growing a lot. There's new places opening all around over here. Glitch Bar is located at 905 Northeast 5th Avenue in Flagler Village. And come on out, grab a drink, and let's play some games.